Now it's time to test those common components and make sure we've basically done all the steps up to this point. Begins by inserting our data cable, properly oriented into the receiver here, and verify that again we have power, at least a green light, to the board, and in a moment we'll make sure we have a good data connection. Get back to the Arduino IDE, look in the tools menu, our board is properly set, the COM port is properly set, we'll go get the board info. Yep, we've seen this before. Okay, means that we have a good data connection as well, not just power. And you'll see that we've already downloaded the Voiceit software here, plus all of its supporting files. And you, I hope, have already done this. It was an earlier step in the process called preparing the software environment. If not, go back to that step and go through that process. The part of that step is to also make sure that you have all the libraries installed, so when the program wants to do certain things, it has the other software that it needs. And we're going to actually test that to make sure the entire environment is set up properly right now by clicking on this button right here. The tooltip says verify, and if you look off to the right here, you'll see the word verify appear as well. Click on that. It says compiling the sketch, and it's done compiling. And what it shows here is what you know, pretty typical to what you'd see when something properly compiles and everything is ready to go. Now, the next step is going to be to upload the Voiceit software to the Arduino. And again, you may have done this already as part of preparing the software environment. Doesn't matter. We're going to do it repeatedly during the install process because we want to verify we didn't disconnect something in the process of doing our assembly. So first thing I want to do is I want to click on this button up here that brings up the serial monitor, which is really just another tab on the output. But I'm going to want to be able to see what the Arduino is telling us as soon as we upload the software, as soon as you upload this program. And we upload the program by clicking on this upload button, and again you see upload over to the right there. We'll see that the IDE switches back to output to show us some things. So at a point here I want to switch over to the serial monitor just to make sure I have certain things available to me. Click on that, and it's uploading. Once it finishes uploading, I want to switch over to the serial monitor. I've clicked on it a couple times here because I wanted to see this appear. This information tells me that the SD card was found, and that tells me that my connection to the SD card through that cable and into the Arduino was a good one, that it opened the startup.wav file on that little SD card that we created and put all the WAV files on. Found that, and that the file that it tried to find and tried to play there had all the proper formatting. You won't hear anything at this point because we haven't connected anything to the Voiceit that would actually play an audio file or give us the sound of an audio file, no speakers. But the important thing is it found everything, which means the card is set up properly, the SD card, and the connections from the SD card to the Arduino are working properly. The next thing we want to do, before I go there, next thing I want to do is I want to clear this display so we're sure we're seeing something new, and that's this button on the far right that says clear output. And now back to the Arduino in real life. What I'm going to do is we installed this switch here and connected it to a couple of points on the terminal breakout board, and we're going to test to see whether those connections work like we expect. What we're going to do is we're going to turn the system over, and I'm just going to take the head of this pen. I'm going to press on this little switch down in that well. Press and release, and then we'll go back to the Arduino IDE. And we had cleared this out before. What this means is that the VoiceIt software has been restarted, and again it went back and it found the SD card. In fact, I can do this just to make sure you see it happen here. I'm not going to show you myself pressing this, but I'll clear it, and then I'm going to, off camera, press the reset switch. Okay, pressing it now. There it appears again. So it has properly reset the board, reset the software, and we see the same exact thing again. So the reset switch is working properly. And that's really all we want to do with this test of the assembly.